Callahan.
Aw, or
No,
Megyn Kelly.
No, truly. And so everything is heavily produced with track.
I decided to elevate my day and yours by having
Inanity happening in the conversation. Like, these are not clever people. This is not
No.
like having tea with Morren Callahan.
Meghan Markle built an empire on image. From the moment she stepped into the spotlight, everything was filtered, curated, and calculated. The photos, flawless. The interviews, carefully worded. The brand, empowerment wrapped in pastel linen. But one thing she didn't plan for was a joke, not an expose, not a smear campaign, just a 5-minute parody sketch on YouTube. And somehow, that's what cracked the entire illusion. The video didn't dig into her past. It didn't expose scandals. It didn't even mock her race or relationships. It simply showed her as she presents herself. And that mirror, apparently, it hit too close to home. Because now, Meghan Markle is reportedly threatening legal action over what amounts to comedy. Not defamation. Not conspiracy. Just satire. But here's where it gets interesting. The sketch didn't destroy her brand. Her reaction did. What started as a harmless joke has now gone nuclear. The media's talking. TikTok's exploding. Even her closest allies are backing away. And if you think it ends there, wait until you see what happened next. The video that set it all off. A simple parody called With Love Megyn. No flashy budget, no celebrity cameos. Just two women, Megyn Kelly and Morren Callahan, armed with sharp wit and brutal honesty. It opens with a soft voiceover and a beige kitchen. Then come the overpriced jam jars, chickens raised like minor royals, and a soft, focused lifestyle that feels a little too perfect. It wasn't exaggerated. It was accurate. That's what made it dangerous. The sketch didn't mock her activism, her heritage, or her marriage. It mocked the contradiction. A woman claiming to be just like us, while selling $60 candles and designer robes. And somehow, that honesty, disguised as comedy, cut deeper than any tabloid ever could. But this wasn't Meghan's first time being roasted. She's been mocked before. So why did this time feel like a crisis? You're about to find out. Meghan's been in the hot seat before. South Park turned her and Harry into punchlines with their worldwide privacy tour. British tabloids picked apart everything. From her wedding to her walk. She didn't blink. But this time, she snapped. Behind the scenes, insiders say she went into full meltdown mode. Not just a passive-aggressive post or a vague PR statement. We're talking lawyers called, PR teams scrambling, damage control memos flying. Why? Because the sketch didn't treat her like royalty. It treated her like what she's become. A brand. A walking, whisper-talking brand trying to sell empowerment with lavender tea and linen napkins. And brands don't like mirrors, especially ones that make people laugh. But Meghan's reaction did more than raise eyebrows. It accidentally turned a quiet sketch into a cultural firestorm. And what happened next? She couldn't control it, no matter how hard she tried. The sketch didn't go viral right away. It wasn't boosted. No ads. No press rollout. No celebrity shoutouts. It blew up because Meghan tried to shut it down. And that's when the internet did what it does best. It turned a niche comedy video into a viral event. TikTok exploded with edits. Instagram Reels clipped the funniest moments. YouTube creators jumped in with reaction videos. Even late-night hosts joined the party. What could have been a one-day joke is now a global punchline. It's the classic Streisand effect. Try to bury it, and you make it bigger. Try to silence the joke, and you become the joke. And Meghan's legal threat, it poured gasoline on the fire. But what made the fallout even worse wasn't what Meghan did. It was who didn't show up to defend her. In the past, Meghan had a powerful wall of support. Oprah, Tyler Perry, the Obamas. Big names, big voices. But after the sketch went viral, silence. No tweets, no interviews, no Instagram stories. Just nothing. These were the people who once defended her at every turn, who praised her courage, her honesty, her truth. Now they're watching from the sidelines. Not because they turned on her, but because they know how fast this kind of drama sinks careers, and no one wants to go down with the ship. Hollywood isn't loyal. It's strategic, and right now, Meghan looks like a liability. But this silence isn't just about embarrassment. It points to a deeper problem, a pattern Meghan keeps repeating. And this sketch, it just exposed the whole cycle. Every time Meghan loses control of the narrative, the playbook stays the same. When Spotify dropped her podcast, whispers blamed racism. When the Netflix buzz faded, it was the algorithm's fault. When British tabloids caught her in contradictions, she cried misogyny. And now, a lighthearted sketch gets labeled defamation. It's not about who said what. It's about control. Because the moment someone challenges the image, Meghan pushes back, hard. Always with outrage. Always with a carefully crafted victim narrative. And the public? They're starting to catch on. Even her most loyal fans are asking the same question. Is it really everyone else? Or is it her? But the chaos we've seen on the surface, it's nothing compared to what's happening behind the scenes. And that's where this story takes a sharp turn. Behind the glossy Instagram posts and filtered smiles, Meghan's team is spiraling. Insiders say it's chaos. Meetings stacked back to back. Publicists whispering, lawyers scrambling. Half her advisors want her to drop it and move on. The other half, demanding war. And stuck in the middle is Harry. Sources say he told her to ride the wave, let it pass. He's seen what happens when the media turns. He's been burned before. But Meghan, reportedly, she ignored him. Fueled by emotion, not strategy. She didn't want to look weak, so she went after the sketch and lit the fuse herself. Now, the lifestyle brand she was preparing to launch is in limbo. The candles, the wine, the pastel quotes on linen, all sitting on hold. Because every time she tries to post or promote, the comments are flooded with chickens, jam jars, and jokes. And Harry? He's retreating, watching it all implode from the sidelines. But here's what really stings. The sketch didn't come from trolls or haters. It came from two professional women. And that's what made it impossible to dismiss. This wasn't some anonymous hate video. It wasn't a hit piece from a tabloid. It came from two women who know how the media works. Megyn Kelly, a veteran broadcaster who survived her own scandals. Morren Callahan, a rising star known for dissecting celebrity culture with surgical precision. They didn't twist facts. They didn't attack her family. They simply held up a mirror and let the audience decide. That's what made it dangerous. That's why Meghan lost it. Because when people saw the parody, they didn't laugh at a cartoon version of her. They laughed at the real her, the whispery voice, the perfectly curated aesthetic, the contradictions between "I'm just like you" and "I'm better than you." Meghan didn't lose her cool because they lied. She lost it because they told the truth, with a smirk. And now the woman who built her brand on speaking up is trying to silence two others for doing the same. But that's not empowerment. That's control. And the public is finally starting to see the difference. What happens next isn't just a backlash. It's a full-blown brand collapse. Meghan built her brand on bold words, empowerment, voice, authenticity. She told women to speak up, to own their stories, to challenge the system. But now, she's doing the opposite. Instead of laughing off a joke, she tried to erase it. Instead of using her platform to rise above, she's using it to shut others down. And the internet, it noticed. The memes are endless. TikTok edits, YouTube breakdowns, Instagram stitches, all turning her overreaction into a spectacle. Even comedians who never touched royal drama are piling on. Not because they care about Meghan, but because her response is comedy gold. And it gets worse. Megyn Kelly is winning. Calm, quiet, strategic. She hasn't clapped back. She doesn't need to. The sketch did the damage. And Meghan's meltdown sealed it. Now fans aren't just laughing. They're reevaluating. Because this wasn't just a bad PR move. This was the moment Meghan's brand stopped looking strong and started looking scared. Meghan didn't lose control of the narrative because of a sketch. She lost it because she tried to control the reaction. In a world where powerful people are expected to take a joke, she chose to launch a legal threat. And in doing so, she proved the parody right. The brand she fought to protect, now tangled in controversy. The voice she championed, now silencing others. She wanted to defend her image. Instead, she put it on trial, and the public delivered its verdict, loud and clear. The truth? Strong women don't crumble over satire. Insecure ones do. So where does Meghan go from here? That depends. Will she finally learn to laugh, or will she keep swinging until there's nothing left to protect? If you found this story as unbelievable as we did, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the drama behind the headlines. Drop a comment. Was Meghan right to fight back, or did she just prove the joke true? We're reading them all, because in this era of image versus reality, the punchline always lands harder when it's real.